Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this meditation. Excuse my office. This is my office slash practice space slash Reiki place. So if you ever need some Reiki, you can contact me and I'll do house calls or you can come to my house. Um, I was just in Nashville. We took the kids to go get some ice cream and then we went to Target. And ever since we were in Target and left and got back home, I feel distorted and contracted and a little sick to my stomach. And I didn't have ice cream, so it wasn't that. Um, I don't know if it was just being in the mass for a longer period that I'm typically in it. I don't know. So for the meditation this week, we're going to do a breathing meditation um, to really open up our breath. And some of you may have done this in class with me before, but I call this the honeycomb breath. And I actually learned this breath years ago when I used to teach at 1-2 Yoga. There was a man, Henry Smiley, who still lives here. He works at Belmont University. He's a professor there. And he used to lead meditations. And one of the first meditations I did with him was this honeycomb meditation, and I've never forgotten it. And that's what we're going to do now. So find a comfortable seat and please, don't feel like you have to sit on the floor for this. I know we do that in yoga. I'm going to stay in a chair. And this chair is a little high for me and my feet don't go flat to the floor. So I just brought my feet up to the chair so I can sit cross-legged. And I'm all the way at the back because this is a straight back chair. If it's not a straight back chair, you do want your spine to stay vertical so that you're more attentive and that your mind won't start, trailing away as quickly. So try to create an erect spine, excuse me, and you can always sit at the edge of your chair as well. And then relax your shoulders down from your ears. Close the lids of the eyes. And let's just take a moment just to check in with our mind, with our bodies, with our heart and our emotions. And if you're feeling slightly distorted or contracted at all, just notice when you start sitting upright and begin to breathe in a more conscious manner. Notice if it helps to begin to dissolve that away. Remember, meditation is about expanding our awareness and expanding our consciousness. And if that's too much to consider, just notice the expansion of your lungs as you breathe in. Notice that's not the only part of the body that expands as you inhale. And just breathe in and out through your nose. And even though the lungs contract and deflate as we breathe out, try to maintain that feeling of expansion. If you haven't had any type of movement or practice before you sit to meditate, and if your body is feeling a little unsettled still, you can always extend your arms overhead and create a side bend from side to side. You can always do some seated cat cows or even a twist. And then reforming some stillness, re engaging your breath. Noticing whether or not the breath is flowing relatively smoothly. And there are moments in time where we have a smooth inhale and a not so smooth exhale, or vice versa. See if you can bring a better quality to both. Then we're going to envision that our body is like honeycomb. Think of a honeycomb being very porous, right? Kind of sponge like in a way. And as you're picturing your body as a honeycomb, we're going to be breathing in and out from different directions. And I want you to notice when we begin to do this breath work with this visualization, if, when, or where you feel the breath may get caught, trapped, or stuck. We're going to begin breathing in, imagining that we're breathing in from the base of the body all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as we exhale, we'll breathe down from the top of the head all the way down into our seat and feet. Breathing in from the base of the body all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhaling from the crown of the head all the way down to the base of the body. And as you follow the breath up and down, again, noticing if it feels stuck, caught, trapped, restricted in any way. Maybe as you're breathing up through the body, maybe it gets stuck in your legs or in your pelvis or in your belly, chest, throat, face, wherever that is. Just continue to breathe in and out through the nose until the inhalation flows beyond that point and all the way up to the crown of the head. And it's possible you might be able to breathe all the way to the crown of the head pretty openly and freely, but then when you start to breathe out and you're following that breath down, you may get stuck, caught, trapped, or a little restricted somewhere along the way on the out breath. Let's sit for a moment with that. Now we're going to reverse that by breathing in through the crown of the head and taking it all the way down to the base of the body. And as we exhale, we'll flow from the base of the body all the way up to the crown of the head. Breathing in from the top of the head all the way down to the base of the body. And breathing out from the base of the body all the way up to the crown of the head. You can always envision this just flowing with the vertebrae. Better yet, igniting more energy to flow through the astral spine, which I like to picture as a column of light and energy right in front of the physical spine. Think of the breath as flossing between these 2 points and everything in between. Clearing out any debris, residue, toxins, or tension. Body being completely porous like a honeycomb. Sit with this breath work in silence for a minute. Still picturing your body like a honeycomb. This time we're going to breathe in through the back of the body, and even more specifically in the area behind your heart. And as you breathe out through the front of the body. Imagining you're breathing in from the back side of the body and exhaling and breathing out through the front side of the body. Breathing in from the back of the body. Breathing out through the front of the body. Noticing if, when, or where you get that feeling of being caught, restricted, trapped, stuck at all with this imagery or breath. Continue to free up the breath. Free up the heart. Free up your body. And this one may come easier. We'll be breathing in at this point through the front of the body. Think about breathing it in through your heart center and then breathing it out through the back of the body or the back side of your heart. Breathing and pulling in through the front of the body. Breathing out and releasing through the back of the body. Porous like a honeycomb. Spaciousness growing internally. High vibrations coming in. Low vibrations moving out. Notice if you're creating more space in your mind. Less tempted to give life to any other thoughts that may enter the forefront of your mind. And if one comes to the forefront of the mind, just watch it depart with your breath, clearing space in the mind and body, clearing space in your heart and soul. Now imagine where you were breathing in and out before, up and down the body, and then through the center of the body. I want you to imagine that oozing in the heart area is honey, sweet, golden nectar. Let that honey, that sweet nectar begin to grow. Allow it to expand through the honeycomb. The gold represents spirituality or the spiritual realm. The sweet nectar being the life force, the prana, the energy that's given to us by source or the divine. Feel free to stay with the imagery of the honeycomb, feeling with the sweet nectar of honey. Or you can expand this view and imagine that gold light or liquid is pouring over you and through you. Breathing in and breathing out. Continue to concentrate at your mind's eye with this picture or a broader image Seeing yourself as this golden light. Seven more breaths. Count each one. I invite you now just to notice after those seven breaths and after this honeycomb meditation, notice any difference in how you may feel mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. I hope this meditation helped you to tap within, to reconnect with yourself. I hope it was able to calm your mind and nervous system and bring you back to the power of your breath. Join your palms together to Anjali Mudra. The light within me honors and bows to the same light within you all. Namaste. Thank you for meditating with me.